good, my peoples? It's your boy E here, man, and I got something pretty interesting to talk about. I would never shame someone for being single and having a small circle, or maybe not even having a circle. You know what I'm saying? But because maybe your circle had to be demolished. Maybe you had to get away from certain people, and that included the whole circle that you had. So now you have to start from one. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I would never shame you for being that type of person. And the thing is, man, I done heard people say this, man, which I don't agree with no more. Like I told you, there are certain things that used to sound good back in the day that it don't sound the same no more right now in today's time. I've heard people say some things like, if you ain't got no one, if you single and you ain't got no friends, something must be wrong with you. If you single, you ain't got no woman or no man, whatever it is that you want, and you ain't got no friends, your circle is super, super small, that means nobody don't like you and they don't fuck with you. Oh yeah, but on the contrary, I tell you this, the world is full of backstabbers, full of deceivers, full of people with all type of demonic energy right now. We live in a world full of people who carry that spirit. And so if you are someone who is single and you don't have a big circle, your circle is very small, then I look at you as a person in today's time. I look at you as a person who is protecting themselves, who has healed, who has learned to be okay with being alone and not lonely. But let me not get too ahead of myself, because we all get those lonely feelings every here and now, right? We're human. It's going to happen here and now. But for the most part, we're not just lonely, right? And I do understand how sometimes, you want to be in a relationship. Sometimes you want to have friends, but then you realize that you jumped in this relationship so fast because you didn't want to be alone, or you were so insecure that you felt like you needed to try and be in a group full of people just so you wouldn't feel lonely, just because you wasn't comfortable with being by yourself. Some people are insecure in those type of ways, because they don't have no friends. They feel like, I'm alone, and which means they have not healed. They have not grown to be okay with being alone, But like I say, when I see you as a person like that, I don't do nothing but commend you in the world that we live in today. I see a lot of people say, yeah, you. I know a lot of people. Shit. Well, cool, good for you. I hope they all are good people to you, because there are a lot of people that be your friend, or they try to be your friend, and they'll be all up on you, under you, until that time for them to strike comes, for them to leave you out in the cold, or for them to turn their back on you, or for them to jump on the bandwagon somebody else, is moving, what I'm saying, with your name on it. Sometimes people will just wait for the right time to go against you, because, right now it wouldn't make sense to go against you. But like I say, sometimes it be people that were just waiting for you to give them a reason. But they already didn't like you. Sometimes they already didn't care for you. It was already something they really wanted to get off their chest with you. But when there was some sort of thing that happened to give them a reason to do it, now they all in. Now they all in. Now they finna go full force. Now you get to see the demon behind that mask that they was wearing, but when they was in front of you trying to act like they was your friend. And what some people don't understand is there's a world full of these people. And just because somebody is single, or because they ain't got a lot of friends, does not mean that something's wrong with them. If you ain't looking at the world right now, something wrong with the world, bro. If you really not paying attention to what's going on in this motherfucking globe, in this motherfucking sphere of a fucking planet, then you ain't understanding that something's going on with the world right now. It's not even just one person, the world. And with a world full of chaos and drama and things that's going on, why would you be so quick to want to have friends, want to be in such and wanting to dive head first into a relationship so easily? Why would you want to do that? I tell you what, the people that I know, that the people that I can say are probably like that are people who are being careful and probably had to deal with some things, probably had to go through a lot of backstabbing, a lot of people leaving them out in the cold, a lot of, people turning their back on them or not answering when they needed them. Like, people have gone through things in this world, man. And then there are a lot of people that's seeing what people are going through in this world, and they're taking heed just from what they see. Sometimes wisdom come through you just seeing some shit, but sometimes wisdom come through you having to go through some shit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's tackling life in different ways, in their own way. But I tell you one thing, if I see you as a person who is single, as a person who don't have a big circle, all I do is look at you as, that's a smart man. Smart man know what's going on in this world. But look, I'm not saying that you couldn't have a group of friends. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's tough to find a good group of friends that you can rely on, that you can say, that's my dog. That's my homegirl. It's hard to find a relationship in this motherfucking place where you can say, oh yeah, I can't wait to go home to my woman. I can't wait to go home to my man. Whatever it is for you. It's hard to find that in this world right now, man. I'm finna do a reaction video to this one thing. I'm finna do a reaction video to the dating pool, the dating scene. They was talking about shit in Houston. And I'm very interested to kind of, weigh my thoughts in on that one. But yeah, man, if you ain't got a lot of friends, if you single right now, then I know that you have a lot of respect for yourself, and you are not finna to just allow yourself to allow your mind to make you, or your insecurities to make you feel like you need to have them here. You don't need people. When you feel like you need them, that's where all destruction comes, because you can't be alone, and it forces you to deal with certain things that you wouldn't have dealt with if you didn't feel like you needed them. You didn't feel like you needed to be, you don't want to be alone. I can't be lonely, I need friends. You can get friends, just make sure they're the right friends, is all I'm saying. We live in a world, we live in a time where evil energy is out there, and it's running rampant, and it's in a lot of people. The spirit of this evilness is running rampant through a lot of people, man. You don't know who you don't know who you can really just, have all that close to you anyways. And I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm this type of person. I can't be around a lot of people too much. I've been that insecure person that tried to fit in, that tried to run with a group and tried to, jump in this relationship so fast or something like that. I've been that person, man. And me trying to do that, it didn't do nothing but drain me. See, I'm the type of person, if I'm around people too long that I don't really fit in with, or that I don't really cut with like that, I get drained, bro. I get drained because I'm over here just tolerating, or just tolerating a lot of bullshit that people are saying, enduring a lot of things that I don't deal with, or things that I don't really agree with. You know what I'm saying? Just being around people saying a whole bunch of stuff that you don't agree with, and you not trying to, push back because you know that you're trying to keep the peace or whatever. Like, no, man, I don't want to be around you if I have to keep the peace with you over some bullshit, over shit that don't make sense to me. So like I say, I'm the type of person that I can't be around you anyways too long. You know what I'm saying? So I've tried to do that. And it was a hard lesson that I had to get kicked in the ass to learn. So, I don't feel bad for anybody. Actually, I feel like you are a person who has healed. You are awoken. Your consciousness has risen, and you understand what the world is like right now. So, and I applaud you actually for being that person. You know what I'm saying? And I know there are people out there now. Look, don't get me wrong. I know there are people out there who are alone for that for the reason of basically they burned all their bridges. I know people are alone for that reason, but you gotta make sure you know that you ain't that person. Because see, look, sometimes people be trying to make you think that you something that you're not, just because this type of person had to deal with that. Just because this person had to deal with it, don't mean you're dealing with that for that same reason. Also, you know what I'm saying? So it also depends on why you're dealing with it. Sometimes you could be dealing with it because you burnt all your bridges. And in that case, you put that on yourself. But in other cases, man, some people are just trying to be careful out here, and we ain't trying to just allow any old thing to come through and destroy the peace that we built after all of the trauma and healing. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want to give that up for nobody. We ain't letting you come through we ain't letting anybody come through to destroy that. You know what I mean? But with that being said, man, I'm just shooting it at y'all because it was just something that I ran across, and I felt like, yeah, this would be something really interesting to talk about. So let me know how y'all feel about this here, man. But yeah, man, stay up. Be easy.